Hi, I'm Kathryn, Mademann, your host, and this is Converge. For today's show, I am now sitting with two mayors. Last time we had two other mayors. We had Mayor Toomer and Mayor Cromer from Beaufort and Bluffton. Very nice to meet you, gentlemen. It's the first time I've had a chance to meet you. You started your positions about last December or so in the elections, and it's been a busy year for everybody this year, hasn't it, 2024? So Mayor Cromer, I would like to start with you. I know I did a little bio on you. You've been involved with city management and things like that. So now being a mayor of a city of Beaufort, how is it?
It's good. I guess you could say I went to the dark side. I became an elected official, but it's been very good. It's been very busy. That's one thing I didn't expect, the time that's involved in becoming a mayor. But so far so good. But unfortunately, the first month or two I got into office, we have to replace our waterfront park. That was a surprise, which is going to be a big expense that the city's going to have to undertake. And
oh, really?
It's our I guess you could call it our crown jewel, if you will, the community. It's where we have all the community events. It's also a big economic driver, if you will, for tourism and residents alike. It's good for our downtown, so it's an important part of our community.
I love your community, and I love the park. I mean, it's something that I just had lunch up in Beaufort the other day, and I always end up walking the park back up from the from the horse carriages all the way down around and back, and it's just lovely. What is the position? What do they want to do? What's the vision?
Well, we had an engineering firm do a study and said that we have to replace several pilings underneath, and it's near the end of its lifespan. So we're going to look at, we've already done an RFQ for some consultants. They're going to give us some ideas, some options on what we can do to permanently fix the park, and then what those associated costs are going to be. So we could have to take a look at that and see what's the best route to go.
Well, that was a surprise for sure.
Yeah, it was.
That is. So let me go back to Mayor Toomer, and
Sure.
Bluffton. Bluffton is booming, and
Absolutely.
your family's been here for a long time, and you've been part of it when it's been very quiet.
Oh, yeah.
And now it's booming. So in the first tenure of your time, how is it going for you?
It's fine. It's, as Mayor Cromer said, it's very demanding. There are, I like to joke with people, I've always been known as the shrimp guy or the oyster guy or the fish man, whatever, waterman, and now I'm just meeting. So I feel like my title's somewhat changed being mayor because there are a lot more meetings and decisions and things to talk about and emails to answer and places to be. Then it's a lot. It really is a lot, and I try to do my best I can. And right off the bat, I knew I have to delegate a lot of the things to my mayor pro tem and the other council members, and try to make everything that I possibly can. Then, if I can't sometime be somewhere for a ribbon cutting or whatever comes up, then it's not because I don't want to. It's just there's only one of me.
Exactly. Well, so let's talk about the economic development, the growth of each community. They're similar, but they're not. You're very different. And let's start with you, Mayor Cromer, because of this new thing that was happening at the waterfront. But what was the vision before that problem came up? What are they thinking about in Beaufort?
Well, we've been sort of overwhelmed to a sense, because since COVID, we've had a lot of people move in, and it's driven up the property values. It's created an affordable housing problem for us. And that affects our economy because we have employers that are trying to keep workers. And because of the high cost of living, a lot of those workers can't live in town. And so the retention and recruitment of employees is going to be tough. But we are basically a two-legged stool, if you will. Our economy is based on tourism and the military, and what we'd like to do is have a third leg of that stool, and that becoming technology and innovation, if we can possibly do that. So we've invested in something called the Beaufort Digital Corridor, which is a tech startup, and we also in the South Coast Cyber Center, working with TCL and USCB to try to have some certificate and diploma programs to put out students in cybersecurity, and the placement's 100%, and they're higher paying jobs. And they can work remotely. They could stay in Beaufort, make a comfortable living, and are able to afford to live there.
And that is a hot topic, and we talk a lot about that, with JOToole, and anytime we sit down, but we have a lot more to talk about, and we'll be right back with more Converge.